Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host AMF1534 here. Welcome back to Let's Play some more San Francisco Rush. And in the last episode we got everything all started up, started doing circuit mode, got through 2 races unscathed in first place. I'll hold a nice edge over the blue car and the gray one and the black one. So we'll move on now. Oh, good. We get to do track 1 backwards again. It's actually kind of weird that we're getting both of these out of the way already, but I'm totally cool with that. I actually have no problem with that at all. I've never been a huge proponent of the backwards orientation of this level, so I'm totally cool with getting them out of the way now. But let me explain something to you. This one thing I don't like about this game is while you're doing circuit mode, they give you the option to restart a race, which is kind of... I don't know, I don't like it. Like, there are times where it could come in handy, but like you could be totally just getting destroyed in a race, and you can just restart it, and there's no penalty for that. You can just be like, oh, I'm losing, and I want to win, so I'll just restart the race, and there's no penalty for that. So, there's that. That kind of sucks. Now, I'm going to play my favorite song in here just because I want to hear it, but I'm going to play the 2 songs that are just the worst, and this is where the bulk of my argument that this game has a really weird soundtrack, and this is one of them right here. Mainly the beginning part of it, just... And then there's this one. Oh god, just that screaming part, just... Oh, I'm not down with it. But Night Hunt. This is my favorite song in the whole game. It just sounds fucking awesome. It's just... It's just absolutely the epitome of rock and roll and destroying everybody in the game of driving cars. Oh my god. And you can totally interpret it a number of ways, like, oh, Night Hunt. The cops driving in the night to apprehend a guy that's killing people. Or you could interpret it in the more disgusting way of a serial killer that likes to stalk girls in the night and goes and takes them and lures them into his apartment or his house where he slices them up in the bathroom and then takes them down in the basement and cuts all their limbs off and turns them into human popsicles, even though that's disgusting. But you never know! Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Or it could just simply be the name of a song that's really fucking cool. We'll just go with that one because it's not as disgusting as the other one. So there's that. And now we get to, just blast our way through this level and have half of the track 1 stuff out of the way. And that's just lovely. I'm kind of bummed out by it though, because when the game gets a lot harder, I like having, the small realization of, we get to have a little break in the action and do the easiest level in the game and not have to sit here and worry about how hard it's going to be able to stave these guys off once things start getting crazy. But we live with it. And now I get to kind of vent about the rough part of my day, because for the most part, outside of the Blazers winning against the Oklahoma City Thunder, which was great, by the way, and with the Giants winning the World Series, which was cool for my dad, it wasn't really cool for me, but, I mean, I'll root for him. There were a lot of players on that team that played for the local single-A team here, right down the road, so that was cool. But on a whole, today was not really that good. Like, you guys are aware of the struggles that my business is having right now from a financial standpoint, and today was one of those days that just makes you sad in general. Like, we didn't like, I get it. It's like right at the end of the month and people are waiting for their paychecks to come in, so naturally you're not going to have as many people coming in, but it was really not good. Like, we had a significantly lower level of traffic of customers coming in today, and it was just, I don't know, it was really upsetting for some reason. Like, we've had a number of days like that before, but this one, just for whatever reason, really kind of struck a nerve with me differently, and it was just made me sad. And especially because I'm the guy that does the till. Like, I close out the till, and I'm the one that counts the money, and I'm the one that, has to keep up with that stuff, and so I have to look at the numbers. And let's just say they weren't very good. So I was kind of in a very melancholy mood all day today, so it wasn't very good. And then on top of it, I had this really weird encounter with a customer And it's just one of those, any of you guys that work in retail, or, you know, if you work for like a call center where you have to hear people bitching at you over random things. Hey! I tried to cut him off. Didn't quite work out so well, but it didn't matter because we won again!
What's your name?
By the way, I strategically placed my program window, because my background on my computer is a picture of Leah Michelle, and she's like the hottest woman on the planet. And I put it right next to her so that while I'm driving I can totally look at her, and it just makes me happy and kind of horny immediately. Hey, you guys did not need to know that, but I'm telling you anyways because it's vital information and nobody cares. Yes! And this track is awesome. There's a really cool shortcut in here that I will try to do. There's a lot of shortcuts in this level, actually. I will do them. One small piece of information before we get back to the real deal Holyfield here is that the amount of the shortcuts in this game, as opposed to the Alcatraz Edition arcade game, are actually quite different. There are a couple. Whoa! I went the wrong way. Shit. It's okay. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. There are a couple of shortcuts in this game that are not in the other one, and vice versa. So I'll explain. In this game, or actually in the arcade game, if you were to drive straight, the part where it says danger right over there, that is actually a shortcut that goes underneath this bridge in the arcade version, which is actually a great shortcut to use, but can't use it right now, so you have to kind of go around it. Actually, going the way that I went really doesn't benefit you at all. In both versions, you can go up this way, but it's not particularly a smart idea, so, you know, what you can try to do is you can go up there, which also, it leads to a little secret thing. I'll do it in a different video, because it's not productive for racing purposes. So it's a cool thing where we'll explain that, or we'll do it later, but it's not going to help you out at all. It's just a little secret thing. Now, to pull off this thing here, there's this truck here, and you have to be going a certain speed for it to work. And oh no! Couldn't pull it off. That's a little shortcut that's awesome. It'll take you on top of some buildings up there. And we actually almost lost this race for ourselves. We need to take it easy for a minute. We're kind of treading in some dangerous territory here. Kid, you've got dangerous lumber. Whoa! Okay. Whew. They like deactivated that car's hitbox there for a moment, so that was good. We're in trouble right now. This is not good. We need to do some flawless racing here. Flawless victory. Oh boy. So back to the story. This guy, he comes in last night and he bought a couple of things, and one of them was vitamin C powder. Like, he came in, he was like, I want pure vitamin C powder. And so, get ready for another episode of Adam's Health Tips, where you learn shit whether you like it or not. Being, oh no, I don't know, dude. There's a very strong possibility we're gonna lose this race right now. Like, we're not gonna actually complete the race. I don't know if we have enough momentum to do this. Yikes. Well, I mean, I guess you're gonna see that. So in this thing, oh my God, we are not gonna make it. Hold on, I'll tell you the story in a minute. I have a lot of things to focus on right now, and half of that is not fucking losing, and I don't think we're gonna make it. The only thing I can hope for at this point is just that we can improve our position, because whatever position you're in at that moment is what you'll end up in. Like, it's not one of those things where if you don't actually complete the race that you automatically get like last place or something. You just, whatever place you're in, you are just given that. So if you can end up in first in a moment like this, then hey, you're in good shape. So come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, he hit the wall. Awesome. We've got an opportunity to space ourselves out. This is good. We gained a lot of momentum here. This is awesome. Okay, now I have a little bit of comfortability here, a little bit of room for stuff. So he comes in and he's like, I want pure vitamin C powder. And so pure vitamin C powder is ascorbic acid. Like, that is what pure vitamin C powder is. There's a lot of different types of vitamin C. I mean, there's buffered vitamin C where they use like different minerals to bring down the acidity level. so that for people with sensitive stomachs, they can use it without irritating their insides, which is totally normal. They'll use things like calcium or potassium or sodium or whatever, and that helps. But pure vitamin C is ascorbic acid. Like, you can Google that right now, and that's what it'll tell you. And so I told that guy, like, I don't remember exactly what he was concocting, but he needed that. And so I sold it to him, and it was fine. Like, he took the information that I gave him, and he ran with it, and he got what he needed. But then tonight, he comes back in. He comes back in around, like, 6 o'clock, and he's like, I want to return this. I was like, okay. I was like, do you have your receipt with you? And he's like, sure. He's like, by the way, I said I wanted pure vitamin C powder, and you gave me this. I was like, I know. Ascorbic acid is pure vitamin C. He's like, no, it's not. He said all the information that you gave me was fake and a lie. I was like, excuse me? I was like, it was fake and a lie. It's like, how do you figure? He's like, ascorbic acid isn't pure vitamin C. I was like, yes, it is. I was like, that's what we've always understood as pure vitamin C. He's like, no, it's not. I was like, okay, well, I was like, how do you figure that it's not? He's like, well, I've been doing a lot of research. And by a lot of research, we're probably talking like an hour on Google, which I'll get to that in a second because it's really funny. He's like, and it said, from my extensive research, I love the extensive part of this because, you know, that really means something. My extensive research of looking on Google and getting one source for information, and we'll get into that in a second as well. But he's like, my extensive research showed that if it says vitamin C as ascorbic acid, then that's synthetic vitamin C, and it's not real. And I was like, okay, well, where'd you get this information from? Because I'm pretty sure that's incorrect. And I've been working in this industry for 12 years now, and I've never been told by anybody that that ascorbic acid-based vitamin C is fake. He's like, yeah, it's right. It's ascorbic acid-based, but that doesn't mean that it's real. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, that's what real vitamin C is. He's like, and on this one that you sold me, it doesn't even say 100% pure vitamin C. I was like, it says pure vitamin C on the label. He's like, but it doesn't say 100% pure. I was like, pure is pure. Like, you can't have something that's like 50% pure. That would imply that it has other ingredients in it. And this says no other ingredients, thus implying that the vitamin C that is in this product is 100% pure. Like, you do not have to have this disclaimer that says 100% pure if the only ingredient in it is pure. Just so we're clear on that. And he's like, so from my source, hey, we got a key, man, I never get that damn thing. So, small thing to deviate away from the story, getting keys in this game, if you collect a certain amount of them on each track, you will unlock hidden vehicles. So that's kind of the big brouhaha with that. So we'll get more over the course of the game. Back to the story. So he's saying this place that I looked, it says if it doesn't say just vitamin C on the supplement facts, that it's fake. It's like, your product has to label like what it's coming from and like what form it is. Like, you can't just, like, you can just say vitamin C, but that doesn't mean that it's not ascorbic acid. That just means that your product is failing to label what it is. And so it ended up being this whole, like, he thinks that I'm lying, but he doesn't have any legit reasoning for it. And so you know, I returned his product. I was like, okay, I mean, if you think that you're going to find a vitamin C that's not ascorbic acid and think that that's pure vitamin C, then I guess you have the liberty to do that. That's fine. And so I decided that I was going to do a little bit of research of my own that only took me, and I'm not kidding, it only took me 30 seconds to figure this out. Just to I waited until he left, just because I knew that no matter what I said, he wasn't going to believe me. But I jump on Google and I type in pure vitamin C. What comes up first? Ascorbic fucking acid. Because that's what it is. And so I looked, and there was a website that came up. And I'd actually heard, wow, I can't believe I landed that. Do a barrel roll and land on another car and not make it explode. I looked it up and there was this one website, and all of the information that he told me was off of this one website, and it was totally a sales ploy. Like it said, their vitamin C comes from berries and not from a lab, and it's like, okay, but it's still from ascorbic acid, so he's just getting, he's pretty much insulting me for supposedly giving him false information when the information that he got from a different source was also false. So it's like, people, man, I swear. Which is another thing, too, is that would also imply that when he bought that product, he immediately went home looking to disprove the information that I gave him, automatically thinking that I lied to him immediately. So it's like, what was the point? Like, why do these people come in and just, like, not believe the information that I give them? Like, if I was going to lie to him, I could have just as easily, you know, told him, like, oh, well, you want pure vitamin C, that means that you want motor oil. That's the best place to get vitamin C. Forget about oranges and grapefruits and lemons and watermelons. Just get your vitamin C from motor oil. That's where all the evidence has told us that that's the best place to get it. I mean, it's all over the place. I just don't get it. Like, I've had so many customers tell me, like, when I'm giving them perfectly factual information, that I am lying, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. And then later on, they totally end up finding out that I'm not lying to them, because what's the point? Why would I lie to somebody? I mean, I'd end up selling them a product with these lies, supposedly, and then they'd end up bringing it back because I would lie to them. Like, that's how it would actually work. Be like, oh, I bought this from you yesterday, and you actually gave me completely false information. Like, truthfully, not just going along with this story arc that I'm talking about here, but be like, you're telling me this, and then you're lying to me, and then I found out something else, and then, you know, this and that and the other, but it's like, why? Like, if I want to be a credible source for this stuff, why would I intentionally lie to you about something which would totally jeopardize, you know, the legitimacy of my own company? I don't know. People are weird. I swear that people think that for one reason or another, everybody is lying to them about something. The world that we live in is full of fucking morons, and it is not me. By the way, also really pumped that we're getting another version of this track out of the way. Like, it's weird. We're totally, in the first 2 episodes, we're doing the exact same tracks twice in a row. with the inclusion of another one as well. Dun, 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 dun. I'm actually surprised I'm doing as well as I'm doing here. This is the one track that I always have a really big problem with. It's the hardest one in the game, and there's just so many things that can go wrong in here. And normally they always totally go wrong for me. But I'm so glad that I'm doing these now and not later when there's so much more stress going on with the whole thing. Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Where's that other guy? Oh, I'm in first. Okay, I was like, where's this other guy at that was in front of me a second ago? I totally didn't see him. Don't blow up! Don't blow up! Don't! Okay. That's another area that I get myself killed in regularly, because if you're not going fast enough, you'll land on that weird little bump there, and it'll cause you to just, like, flip out of control and not be able to figure out what you're doing with yourself, and then it's just like this big freaking, like, flippy, totally losing yourself, like, jerking off in the cockpit, even though it's not a plane, but it is now, because you're flying, and you're just like, I'm not gonna make it! Yeah! Boy, that was close. We had 2 dudes that were just barking up our turd cutter there. That was not good. But we made it out alive, with our saving the best lap for last. Alright, Heinz 57 points right there. holding a nice lead over Walter Payton and Larry Bird twice, and whoever would be number 25. I'm trying to think of a historic number 25. Can't think of one. Not at the moment, at least. But we can throw a nice Dorsey Levens in there if you're a Packers fan. Yeah. So there's that. Alright guys, well, we have run out of time for this episode. We did 3 races this time, that's why it took a little bit longer. So when we come back next time, we are going to see if we can do maybe some different races, like track 4 and 5 and 6 maybe. Those would be fun ones to do. They're all cool. So until next time, my friends, this is AMF saying thank you guys for watching and bearing with my weird rant about how I hate people and their weird insinuations that I'm lying to them when I'm totally not. And the evidence is there. I mean, shit, go check out Linus Pauling's research that he did on vitamin C. That's ascorbic acid, for God's sakes. And I'll see you guys next time. So thanks for bearing with me on that, and I promise that we won't be talking about vitamin C next time. It's probably just going to be something else. So take care. I'll see you later. Bye.